Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Jewish Health Podcast. And this episode, we're going to be talking about gym confidence. This is one of my goals for literally every single person I chat to. And I think if the biggest challenge of any fitness journey, of course, if you say marathon or triathlon stuff, but which is realistic right now, is becoming gym confident because it isn't something that happens overnight. So a lot of people will want to achieve this, and a lot of people will actually go to the gym and just they want to do something else, but they end up just doing cardio machines, which is nothing wrong with cardio machines, but actually they want to go to the gym and lift weights, and they want to go to the gym and try the machines and feel confident, feel comfortable about it. So this episode, we're going to be talking about 10 ways to go from a gym newbie to a gym regular and how to gain those gym confidence. And I'm going to give you 10 tips. Now, these tips, yeah, they're going to work a lot. If you follow all 10 of them, they will work. But what's realistic is you go tomorrow and some of these tips, it's not going to happen, and you're not going to be able to implement 10 of these tips. So if you could think about implement a few of these tips the next time you go to the gym, and then do it again and again and again. And that's where you build gym confidence, because this is one of the most special. It sounds cringy, but it's very special. And it's very exciting for you, because I remember for a lot of people, and this is really important to remember, that every single person you see in the gym were lifting weights, who were laughing and saying hi and chatting. They were all frightened at the beginning of going to the gym. Every single person had to go through that period where you were frightened to go to the gym. And actually, when I think about it now, when I go to the gym, I'm just lifting weights. And I never think about things I used to feel anxious about. I remember going to the gym, and before the gym, I was nervous, I was shaking, I had anxiety. I was nervous about trying a new machine. I was nervous about, oh, it's going to be so busy, I'm going to have to ask something. And those are completely normal feelings. So now when I'm gymming and I'm just chatting and I'm just working out and I'm doing exercises, it just happens very naturally to me. And I have to appreciate that, because it always wasn't the case. And I'm excited for you, is because you're going to be in my position very shortly if you aren't feeling 100% confident. So yes, it's easy for me to say that as an online coach and personal trainer, but I was fully confident. And I was fully confident before I was proper qualified and everything. So it happens, and it's okay to feel a bit nervous. So these are 10 points. There's no order around it. These are 10 points that I've written down, which have helped me in my journey. And I really think these tips could really, really help you with your own confidence journey. So something I like to think about at the beginning is pick something that you're really good at and get really good at it. And if that is as simple as what you're doing already is the cardio machines. If you're great at the treadmill, why don't you get better at the treadmill? What if you're good at cycling on the bike? Get great at cycling on the bike. Make sure, find ways so it makes it more challenging for you. And if you're good at it and you already feel comfortable at that movement, great. Rinse and repeat, get stronger, make it more challenging. That's really, really good, because that's going to help you feel more confident with that exercise. And you've proved to yourself that actually you've progressed with that exercise, and it's because you feel comfortable at the beginning. So over time, there's going to be a new exercise and a new machine that you know exactly what you need to do. You need to progress. You need to go again, and you go again. And how did you get really good at it? How did you get really good at the treadmill? How did you get really good at the stepper? How did you get really good at cycling? What did you do? You went again and again and again. And that's exactly what you're going to do. So I don't care what machine, I don't care what cardio machine, pick something and get really good at it. Make sure it's a goal that you can, oh, that's really exciting to look forward to. Number two, and I feel like it's kind of a not boring point, because if you know me, well, if you haven't known me, make sure to follow me at the Jewish Fitness Coach on Instagram and TikTok. I talk about consistency, and even if you're not feeling 100% confident at the gym, if you can be consistent and show consistency, even at the thing at number one, again, really good at it, it's going to really help, because by you being consistent, by you turning up every few days of the week, or if you're consistent outside the gym, it's just going to help, because you could easily at the beginning of the year go 3 times in the first week and be like, oh, that was challenging, and then give up. But if you go 2 times in January, and 2 times each week in January, and then 2 times each week in February, you being consistent is going to help you only feel more confident in the space you are in, and it's going to help you develop more skills and actually push you outside your comfort zone. And that uncomfortable feeling is going to turn to a comfortable feeling. So be consistent and kind of like, I'm not going to talk more on number 2 because I feel like every single one of these 10 points is just about being consistent. And number 3 is, and I love doing this one, and it really, really helped me. And it's kind of like a nice, not a nice sensation, but it's nice because it feels welcoming. Start nodding and saying hello to people you see regularly. If that is trainers, if that's people who you go to the same time at the gym and you see them regularly, there's nothing, you don't have to speak to them. You don't have to have a full conversation, ask them about the family, ask them about work. You don't have to do that at all. But what's so nice is just you acknowledging that, saying hello or a little nod with your head. I'm currently on video as well, so you see me nodding as well. It can go a long way, not just because of you're just trying to be nice, but actually you're feeling more welcomed, and you feel like you're actually giving a lot of happiness as well, when not just for yourself, for them. You don't know that they may be absolutely frightened as well. They might be, and you acknowledging them, it's just going to help both people feel a bit more confident over time. So start nodding over time. Don't just go to the first time in the gym and start nodding to everyone saying hello. Well, you could do that. That'd be amazing. But when you see regulars and you see similar faces, there's nothing wrong of nodding your head when you walk past them, or just get a little smile. Number 4 is walk in with a plan. The truth is, if you go on a plan, you're going to feel a lot more confident with everything. If you just you go to the gym and you have zero clue what to do, well, most likely you're going to be out of the gym in a while, So if you could think about a very simple plan, and if that is starting with the cardio machines, we'll have a plan for the cardio machines. So you're going to do 20 minutes then, or you're going to do 20 minutes then. If you've got some machines, well, okay, I'm going to do X amount of, you got a little training program. Now, for a lot of people, if you're a complete beginner, I'm not expecting you to have a automatic 10 out of 10 training program, but whatever you do and whatever exercises that you can get good at or try, could you have a plan in place? Could you have it on notes? If you're going to do some core exercises at the back of the gym, is that going to be at the end of the workout? Because if it's not planned, most likely you're going to go in there and something's going to happen and you're just going to be like, you know what, I'm going to leave it today. But if you have a plan, you're more likely to stick to it. Number 5 is there are so many good apps these days, and depending on the gym, learn when there's high traffic times so you're not in for a surprise. What I'm saying is, if you go after work at 5 or 6, maybe that's the only time you can go. That's going to be the most busy. If you were able to prioritize a time of the day where actually you're going in the morning or in the day, if you have time, guess what? It's going to be less busy. And what that means, less busy means more time for focusing on yourself, more time to have equipment so you can utilize, more times you can just have the equipment for a bit longer and not feel like, oh, everyone's looking at me. All these feelings when it's a busy gym, you could actually miss that if you go at different times, and that's going to really help. So think about your time of the day. Can you change things around? For some people, it's just not going to happen. The only time of day for you is to go after 5 and 6. But if you're someone who can actually go in a different time, maybe that's a good idea for you. So number 6 is, this is the most important one out of probably for everything, is stop comparing yourself to someone else. Don't even think about starting it. I've done it. Everyone's done it. So you've probably already done it already. So, but from now on, stop comparing yourself to someone else. If there is someone in the gym who is lifting really heavy, who's doing this exercise with beautiful form, well, guess what? They've probably been doing it for a few years and you've been doing it for a few days. So why are you comparing yourself to someone else? They're completely on a different level right now. But what you can be doing is comparing you to you in 3 months. Let's say right now, you're just doing cardio machines. But in 3 months' time, you've actually tried out some gym equipment and you've actually tried some exercises. I would say that's a huge improvement for you for a few months ago. If you're comparing someone else who is 3 years ahead of you, who's got a lot more experience than you, how realistic is that? That's just belittling yourself, and you didn't need to do that. And they're exactly the same. They probably compare themselves to someone else, like someone who's a lot more experienced than you. They probably look at someone else 3 steps ahead of them as well. So it's completely normal. But once you start focusing on yourself and you actually acknowledge your own journey, then you're more likely to feel more confident in yourself, to actually be proud of yourself and continue with what you planned out, instead of comparing yourself and like, oh, I'm never going to do that, and then quit. So number 7 is gym buddy. I personally like training on my own. But when I started training, finding someone else to train with was amazing because it was conversations. You were there for a bit longer. There was a lot of benefits of having a training buddy. The problem with that is that you do rely on someone else. So can you go to the gym on your own? And it's really important to have both those skills. If you want to go to the gym with someone else, but actually acknowledge that going to the gym on your own is a great skill as well. So gym buddy is really, really good to gain more confidence. But there's going to be times where you're going to have to go on your own and that nervous feeling may come back again. So it's a win-win kind of situation. If you go with someone else, amazing. But if you go on your own, amazing. Number 8 is learn outside the gym. What I mean by this is you have the whole day, well, of course, if you're busy in something, but you have in your free time, the ability to go on YouTube. You have the ability to learn how to use a leg extension. And you could watch a 5-minute YouTube video on leg extension. You've been eyeing up that machine for months and you've seen people use the leg extension and you're petrified of using the leg extension. You're thinking, oh, which button to put in? If you learn from someone on YouTube for 5 minutes and then you have a bit more confidence on doing it and then you can do it because you could try it out. And the first time you do something, it's going to be challenging. It's like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, my quads feel like they've been pushed. You just need to, I really recommend if there's an exercise that you just don't understand or want to do, I would recommend watching on YouTube beforehand or a machine on how to use the clips and something. And then your confidence is going to be so much more, you're more confident because actually you have a good understanding, you're doing it, but you're seeing it on YouTube before you actually do it. That's really, really beneficial. And that helped me even not to this day, but a few years ago, I still utilized it when I was still trying to find out new machines because there's so many different machines, which are quite interesting. And number 9, if this works for you, wear clothes that make you feel good. I think not really going to be the game changer, but for a lot of people, and for myself, when I wear new clothes, I feel more confident because they're fitting me better. I feel more confident. So this could be a nice way to keep yourself accountable, a nice way to reward yourself for going and being more confident. I'm currently wearing a new top now. If you're watching on the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, and I feel confident in this top. It's new clothes. I feel good. Why not? Reward yourself for doing something outside of a comfort zone that's just going to help you go again and again and again. And then over time, you don't need to buy new clothes because you've got that confidence and so on. But if you want to, you do you. And lastly, enjoy this experience. It's meant to be challenging. There's no magic formula here. It's just about doing it again, and that's going to be just like driving lessons, just like any formula at school that you learned at university. Those things you had to do for those exams, you just have to learn the formula. You have to practice again, and eventually it becomes more confident and actually enjoy it, because this is something that once you get more confident, then there's so many amazing things you can do. But actually this skill is really, really exciting to gym confidence. Like if you look at the world, there was only a very small percentage, I would say, are actually not fully, that you can't really measure gym confidence. But there's a lot of people, there's only a small amount of people who actually will go to the gym on their own and feel comfortable going on their own and doing it on their own and actually feel like they're gym confident. And that is something quite special. So this period where you go through where you do get nervous, and this could take a few months, this could take a year, but if you're going, if this is part of the process, and it's so quite exciting for someone to actually go to the gym, feel nervous about it, and in a year's time, you're just chatting like, I'm just going to the gym today, and you walk into the gym and there's no anxiety. You get into the change room, you get changed, and then you get into the gym machine and you feel perfect. Your heart rate hasn't got any higher. And then you realize, this time last year, that was scary and it felt like hours, but now it just felt like 5 minutes. So that is the truth. These are the 10 tips to help you become more gym confident. Again, these tips aren't going to be tomorrow you try all of these and you're naturally, oh, I feel so good, I'm going to try this really tough exercise, I'm going to say hi to everyone, so on and so on. But if you implement a few of these tips, implement them again, watch this video, watch this podcast again, and implement some, and then over time, rinse and repeat, stay consistent, try new exercise, but get better at this exercise, go at less busy times, walking with a plan, stop comparing yourself to others, start saying hi to people, wear clothes which make you feel comfortable, and enjoying the process. you come back to you what listen to this episode in a year's time, and you can say thank you. I'm only joking. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm super excited for you to become more gym confident.